Will China and Australia be able to heal their past wounds without the US's involvement? China and Australia have promised to fix their relations after years of separation. But the US does not want this to happen. It is keeping a close eye on what's happening between the two nations. If China and Australia relations get on a smooth path, the US influence will end forever, and the US does not want this to happen. To stop China from becoming close to the US's ally, it is using its insane techniques. But will the US be able to stop this friendship? Let's find out. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Innovation Diary brings you China's innovation stories, projects, and growing influence in different parts of the world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about fast-paced modernity, especially China's development and growing power, you will find our videos intriguing. In this video, we will discuss why the US does not want China and Australia to get closer. We will also talk about the reason that makes the two countries come closer. Watch the video till the very end to know if the US plans will work out. Let's get started. Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is preparing for a significant journey to Shanghai, China. This visit is very important because it ends a long pause in important talks between the two countries. For the past 7 years, Australia and China have had very few high-level discussions. This lack of communication was caused by several problems and disagreements between the two nations. One of the major reasons for the break in relations was the economic sanctions imposed by China on Australian goods. These sanctions hurt Australia's economy and made it difficult for the two countries to work together. These sanctions were a response to Australia's call for an investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic, which didn't sit well with Chinese authorities. And Australia did that on the US's demand. Another problem was accusations of foreign interference. Both Australia and China accused each other of meddling in their domestic affairs. This further strained their relationship and made it hard for them to cooperate on important global issues. However, in recent times there have been some positive changes and gestures from both sides. These changes are the reason why Prime Minister Albanese is now preparing for his visit to China. But why is their relationship getting better? Both countries have shown a willingness to improve their relationship through diplomacy. They have engaged in talks to find common ground and resolve their differences. Australia and China have been working on trade agreements that benefit both nations. This could lead to a boost in economic ties and create new trade opportunities. There has been an increase in cultural and educational exchange programs between the two countries. This helps foster better understanding and trust between the people of Australia and China. Both countries have recognized the importance of working together to combat climate change. This is a significant step towards addressing a global issue that affects us all. Australia and China have shown interest in cooperating on regional security and stability, which is crucial for the Asia-Pacific region. In a significant announcement, China has released Australian journalist Cheng Lei, who was detained for over 3 years on national security charges. This move comes as China also intends to review tariffs on Australian exports. In response to these developments, Australia has taken steps to improve its relationship with China by suspending actions at the World Trade Organization and approving a Chinese lease of a critical port in Darwin. The release of Cheng Lei is a positive development in the strained relationship between China and Australia. Cheng Lei, a Chinese-Australian journalist, had been detained for more than 3 years on national security charges. Her release is seen as a positive sign of improved relations between the two countries. Chinese officials have expressed their desire to strengthen their relationship with Australia, aiming to add more meat to the bone. For Australia, the current situation signifies the culmination of a long-standing and stable connection. The occasion marks the 50th anniversary of former Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam's historic visit to Beijing, which laid the foundation for diplomatic ties founded on mutual benefits. The recent visit holds great importance in the history of Australia-China relations. It serves as a momentous milestone that not only celebrates the past, but also paves the way for the future. The relationship between the two countries has evolved significantly over the past half-century. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video, and subscribe to our channel for more videos about China's development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. Australia has greatly benefited from China's remarkable economic transformation. China's rapid development has created a substantial demand for Australian exports such as iron ore, coal, and gas. This demand has sustained decades of uninterrupted economic growth in Australia, propelling the country to unprecedented heights in terms of prosperity and stability. The strong economic ties between Australia and China have fostered mutual interdependence. China relies on Australia for crucial raw materials to support its booming industries, while Australia depends on Chinese demand to fuel its economic growth. This economic partnership has led to a relationship where both nations benefit from each other's success. In addition to economic cooperation, the past 50 years have also seen significant cross-cultural exchanges between Australia and China. Australia is home to a diverse population, with a significant portion having Chinese ancestry. This multicultural blend has enriched Australian society, allowing for a deep appreciation of Chinese culture and traditions. All these developments in China-Australia ties are making the U.S. concerned. Anthony Albanese, the leader of the Australian Labor Party, has also recently visited China. During his trip, he will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The United States is paying close attention to these discussions to see if there are any signs that Australia might be becoming more open to working with China. One of the main objectives of this visit is to encourage dialogue and understanding between the two countries to prevent misunderstandings, particularly in the context of their powerful military capabilities. Dialogue is an essential tool in international relations. When countries like Australia and China communicate openly, they can better understand each other's perspectives and find common ground. This is especially important when dealing with important matters like trade, security, and diplomatic relations. Open and productive discussions can help prevent conflicts and misunderstandings that could lead to tensions or even military confrontation. Now the question is why the U.S. is concerned. The United States, a close ally of Australia, has a vested interest in how the Australia-China relationship develops. The U.S. wants to ensure that its allies, like Australia, do not become China's allies. Otherwise, they would end ties with the U.S. The U.S. does not want China to get the dominance of countries the U.S. controls. While both China and Australia have mutual economic interests, the U.S. says, Australia's foreign policy is heavily influenced by the United States, which makes it difficult for Australia to expand its relationship with China beyond economic self-interest. The strengthening military ties between the United States and Australia have not gone unnoticed by China. The United States and Australia have a long history of collaboration in various fields, including defense. In recent years, the two countries have taken steps to enhance their military partnership, and this has raised concerns in Beijing. The U.S. says Australia, while maintaining its economic ties with China, has increasingly aligned its foreign policy with that of the United States. This alignment has been evident in various ways, including Australia's support for the United States in regional security matters and its participation in joint military exercises. But Australia is tired of the U.S. like any other nation, and they want to stop the U.S. from interfering in its matters. Australia's economic relationship with China is significant, as China is one of Australia's largest trading partners. The two countries have strong economic ties, which have benefited both nations. The U.S. has also caused many misunderstandings between China and Australia. Preventing misunderstandings between two powerful nations is crucial. Miscommunications or misinterpretations of intentions can quickly escalate tensions and lead to conflicts. In the case of Australia and China, both countries have significant military capabilities, and any misstep in their interactions could have serious consequences. By engaging in discussions and seeking common ground, Anthony Albanese's visit to China aims to establish a foundation for future cooperation. The hope is that through dialogue and understanding, both countries can work together more effectively on shared goals, such as economic prosperity and regional stability. We would like to take a moment here and appreciate you all for commenting and sharing your opinions. Your insights always impress us. Do you believe that there's anything that could prevent China and Australia from forming a strong alliance? What might occur if China gains influence over Australia? How do you think the U.S. would respond? Let us know in the comment section. Would Australia permit U.S. intervention in its affairs? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video, and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence over the world. Until the next video, stay tuned.